Like rolling around at the speed of sound, so are the games of our lives. I killed almost every enemy, I collected so many rings, and I did it all in a timely fashion. How are you giving me a B for a rank? These are the games of our lives.
Welcome to the Games of Our Lives podcast. My name is Bill the Fajita, accompanied by Tony.
What's up?
How you doing today, Tony?
Doing alright, man. Doing alright. It feels good. Weather's nice. Just trying to keep a clear head, focus on the good, and enjoy every day.
Couldn't agree more. And today, we got some good news on the horizon here. Actually, we have an update from last week. Tony made a promise that he would download and play Pokemon Unite and either defend it or accept it for what it is. And he's gonna give us a little insight right here.
It was pretty good.
Thank you for that insight. No.
Next.
No, next. What did you like about it?
You know, when I heard about this game, sometimes I hear about a new Pokemon game coming out and I'm just like, alright, they're trying their hands at something else, I probably won't be interested. And then it's really good. But for some reason, we talked about this last week and I was getting like more and more hype about it. And then I thought to myself, no, like, they're going to absolutely like nail this one. Like, I know they're gonna hit it out of the park because they just do a good job with games like these. Just a feeling. And I played it and I was like, I'm not really into games like that. I don't play League of Legends or anything really like that, but I just from playing the game, getting to like level 4 or 5, I think, my character, like, it seems really well done. I'm not gonna lie, like, the gameplay for people that like that kind of game, I don't know, I don't really have anything to compare it to, but for me, I had fun playing it, and in all the way the attacks break down and the characters have different, positions that they're supposed to be used for, and it just seems like, whenever they want to make a game like that, they're gonna just, like, hit a home run, and I think they did, and I already am hearing good things about it. The only thing I didn't like about it was probably they make you feel kind of like, and Pokemon Go does this too, but like, when games are just like, oh yeah, you get a bonus, get your daily reward for signing in for, 7 days in a row, you did this, it's just like, if we want to play, we'll play. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need a little, I need my daily thing. It's just like that. I understand how genius that is, but sometimes it's just like a little annoying, and I wasn't expecting it out of that game, but it is the kind of game where you need to pay for a type of currency that's in the game, and so I understand the micro payment system and all that stuff. So that's the only thing I would say, but hey, they gotta make money. Nothing's better than a free download and then you get hooked. That's how they get everyone with these games. And the games are so well done. That's how they really get everyone. But, little column A, little column B. Overall, I like it a lot. If you like that kind of game, then, I don't know, play it. I don't care.
Fair enough. I know last week I dinged it on its like microtransactions, and I think I went a little off the handle without knowing all of the information. And while there's still like a pay to travel through time aspect, everything is eventually free if you put in the time for it, from what I can gather.
I think so. I haven't gone like so deep so that I have really needed to buy gems for anything, but maybe at some point if you want to get, I don't know, I hope it's not like that, but I haven't got that far, so I can't say for sure.
And the game is still like in early, like, this game is brand new still in the grand scheme of things, so they may tweak and adjust things over time, so TBD.
Yeah, they might introduce new characters too to keep it fresh, I think.
Gardevoir just came out recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, then they're already doing it. I guess they don't need me to work for them and give them all my advice.
I mean, I'm hoping if Torterra comes to the game, I'm in.
Dude, you're never gonna play this game then. Forget about Torterra.
Yo, why does Nintendo hate Torterra? Objectively a great Pokemon. Anyway, I digress. Speaking of Pokemon, though, so over the summer, a little ditty called Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap, was released for the Nintendo Switch. And Nintendo just announced a free DLC update slated to come out on August 3rd, so tomorrow as of this recording, with 3 new levels and a whole bunch more exploring to do. And it's free.
Love this. I love this.
It's pretty awesome. Like, the fact that Nintendo... It's one thing Nintendo's been doing that I think is different than a lot of their competitors. They do seem to be putting a lot of emphasis on free DLC for certain games.
Mm-hmm.
New Pokemon Snap was already such an improvement over the Pokemon Snap for the Nintendo 64 from like a content perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Like there just are more levels. The levels are a little longer. There's just more to see and do in the levels. The fact that they're like, you know what? This one's on us. Have 3 more levels. Enjoy. That's pretty awesome, I think.
No, I completely agree. And I don't want to go on a spiel, and I don't want to be pessimistic, but what they did, I'm not a big Animal Crossing fan. And when Pokemon Sword and Shield came out, we've talked about this a lot. And what a letdown with like so much good, but such a bad story, and just like not very, very like 0 out of 10 story, and just like very easy basic game. And they have the Moxie over here to charge for an expansion pass. I hate stuff like that. And I mentioned Animal Crossing because, you know, they have new content like constantly. Oh, Halloween's coming up. Oh, holidays are coming up. Oh, here's a new autumn thing. It's just like, what the hell? You know, like, what about the game I like? And they're just like, oh, Pokemon Snap. And like, normally that'd be buy a game, you get what you get. But they're just like, nah, here's some more. It seems like such a good game. So it's like, appreciate that. Tip the hat to that.
We could have a whole conversation on that game.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I didn't want to go too deep, but we definitely could.
But to add on to your point, my last piece of news is that Nintendo announced another major Animal Crossing update.
Did they really?
Coming soon.
Yeah, they did. Of course they did. Of course they did. I didn't even know that. But no surprise. And it's a good game, and anyone that plays it isn't like that's enjoying it. Good for you. I'm happy that you like it. It seems like a really well done game, like most of Nintendo's biggest and best games, even though it's kind of redundant. If anyone likes it, can't blame them. It's just another game that's not my kind of game, but it is another fantastic game.
Oh, absolutely. I will say Animal Crossing fans, specifically fans of New Horizons on the Switch, have been treated to kind of like a drip feeding of DLC throughout the cycle of the game. And Nintendo did promise 3 years of content updates throughout the game. And we're about 18 months in, so we're about halfway through that process right now.
3 years?
When the game came out, they're like, and we have 3 years of updates planned for this game.
What?
So stay tuned. And it's free, and it's insane. That's a huge undergoing. There's been kind of like actually like a dearth in updates. Like there hasn't been a ton of updates in the last maybe 6 months outside of like a couple of like cosmetic things here and there. Animal Crossing fans are like, they got ants in their pants for some new content.
I think Animal Crossing fans deserve it. I think if any fan base gets the 3 years of free content, good for them. They're a nice, humble, appreciative community, and they deserve that content. So, hope you guys enjoy it.
I mean, name a more wholesome game, right?
There is none.
That's just it.
That's just it, baby.
That's the news for today. So I think, without further ado, we're going to jump into the main topic of the day, and we are moving on from entire franchises down to a single game today. And talking about the games of our lives, the games that made us who we are, it is the one, the only Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, or Sonic Adventure 2, whichever one you played, either for the GameCube or the Sega Dreamcast, was easily one of those games that just did everything right by my 11-year-old standards. Like, the game, it blew my mind. It came out here in America on the GameCube right before Christmas in 2001. Or, I'm sorry, right after Christmas in 2002, February 2002. Hundreds of hours went into this game from me. What about you?
I actually never played this game. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I can't agree with that. Everything you just said and more. This is one of those games where it was an absolute no-brainer. There are games now where I'm like, do I want to go back to that? I don't know if I'm feeling it. Like, when you're a kid and there's a game you really love, you just know. You just want to play it all the time, no questions asked. And this was one of those games, still one of my top 10 favorite games of all time. What a world to be in. What a universe. What a good time.
This game can be broken down in many different ways. This is maybe the third or fourth 3D Sonic game to ever be launched. It is the sequel to the Dreamcast Sonic Adventure, and it follows Sonic the Hedgehog with Miles and Knuckles as the good guys, and then there's a team of villains, Shadow the Hedgehog, Rouge the Bat, and of course Dr. Eggman. The cool thing is you get to play as every single character in this game. Sonic, you get to play as Eggman. You get to listen to Pumpkin Hill in Knuckles stage. You run around a 3D world. Each character has like a different play style attached to their levels. It's just a really fun Sonic adventure. You race cars.
Dude, this game had everything, dude. As you're saying it, you're just taking me... All I could think of is that this is just one of those games where they
didn't have to go this hard.
Dare I say it's a masterpiece? Is it?
You know what? I think for certain people it is. And I think for us it absolutely is.
Yeah, they just did everything right with being able to play. The main story is Team Sonic versus Team Shadow, and you get to play one at a time, both sides of the story. You could run through the whole game as one and then through the whole game as another. The story lines up and you see both sides, and the different types of character stages. Sonic and Shadow have the run fast, do cool stuff stage, and then Tails and Eggman have the we're in a cool giant mech just like shooting lasers and all cool stuff at everything that comes in our path kind of thing. And then Rouge and Knuckles have the search, like hunt for 3 jewels.
Little treasure
hunt. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just like that is so well done. And then just like everything within those levels are just like pretty nostalgic and I don't know, just really good concept and well executed at that too.
It's crazy because this game features, I want to say it's like close to, maybe a little bit more than, I want to say it's about 25 levels total, and there's 3 to 5 levels for each character. There's like Tony mentioned, there's a hero story and a dark story, and then when you complete both of those stories, there's a final story where the good guys and the bad guys have to team up to stop a super bad guy. One thing that we haven't even mentioned yet is that this game has one of the most incredible soundtracks in a Sonic game, and Sonic is known for having bangers for soundtracks.
Shout out to Michael Jackson.
But when we tell you Crush 40 crushed this game, especially with like the main Sonic theme, Live and Learn, and then you have Level 1 as Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, baby.
When you jump out of a helicopter and are snowboarding through the streets of San Francisco.
No, baby.
Tell him, Tony. Tell him.
It's such a good song. All right, in the tune of a love ballad, because that's how I feel about this song. Rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. I heard your voice and I missed the last. No, it's my fault.
Had to jump in with the harmony. I felt inspired.
No, good harmony. Good harmony though. I would have done the same thing. That's just I can't imagine anyone listening to this podcast and not singing along with that too, so I understand.
Listen, if you have not played this game yet, it is available on Steam, so you can download it on Steam right now and play it. Originally, I played it on the GameCube. I actually have a copy of it here with me, so I still pick it up every once in a while. There's something really cool about the level design in this game, because not only is each level catered to each character in the game, each level has, 5 different tasks to complete within the level? Mm-hmm. Or there's 5 different missions per level. You can replay a lot of these levels with like different missions in mind. Like they'll have you like finding a specific item within the level, or collecting a certain number of rings within the level, or completing the level under a certain time limit. And specifically frustrating for the race car levels, where you have to beat the levels without touching another car or the rails on the side of the road. That did make my 12-year-old brain get real upset a couple of times. Are there any favorite stages that you had in this game?
Man, the first level is just, I must have played that hundreds of times by now. The first level is crazy.
City Escape is pretty iconic.
It really is. All the Sonic levels, honestly. Green Jungle, I think that was the name of that one in the harbor. Just awesome.
Metal Harbor.
Mm-hmm.
Metal Harbor had a banger song too.
Did it? Yeah, I can't remember. Just get this. I gotta get the OST for it, I guess. They should make that on vinyl. That'd be sick.
Oh my god, that would be so good. Wow.
That'd be imagine the cover art, right? We gotta someone clip that. We gotta look that up, see if that exists. Dude, let me say this too, to touch on your point, because what you were saying about how the replayability of every level because of them putting 4 additional tasks to replay the level. All that stuff was such a pain in the ass. Like, you really had to play the game a lot to 100% it. But if thou managed to do so, you got the most incredible reward any video game has given any player ever that would 100% a game, especially a game that would take that long to do it or would take so long to do it, because it's definitely takes a while to do that. And you would get, tell them what you get.
Oh, I've never done it, so I don't know. What do you get?
You get
nothing.
You get a 3D version of Sonic 1 Green Hill Zone.
What? Get out of here.
I can't believe you didn't know. I can't believe I'm the first one to tell you that. I didn't know. That's crazy.
Oh my, wait, that's insane.
Insane.
So in order to unlock that, you need to not only complete every mission in the game, you need to get an A rank on every mission in the game.
That is correct.
And do all the tasks needed to collect every single Sonic emblem.
Every emblem.
Which is the equivalent of like a star in Mario 64.
I think there are 180 emblems, if I'm not, maybe 150, something like that.
So there's 5 for each level, and then there's like an extra maybe like 20 based on like different other things throughout the game.
Yeah, exactly. Every time you get like all A's with a character on like all their levels, I think that's just an additional emblem. And then
like 100%ing a level in and of itself is an emblem.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. And then
sounds right.
Not to segue, but then you get some emblems for the secret, really good area that we haven't talked about yet.
Oh, you're talking about the main game.
I'm talking about the actual, the other 50%, if not 99% of this game. Even though all the stuff we talked about already was so good, how is that not the real game? Even though it's considered the quote unquote main game or the story mode.
Before we jump into our favorite part of the game, there's also a multiplayer mode in this game where you can either race each other in certain levels or duke it out and like have like actual battles with certain characters. And then you could play as even more characters in the game during these multiplayer modes. I think you had players like Amy Rose and Chaos as playable options in some of these multiplayer modes. The multiplayer modes clearly not the focus, but they're nice to have.
Yeah, a nice touch. I think the races were better than the batters. Yeah, I didn't really play the multiplayer that much. That's not why any of us played the damn game, let's be honest.
The multiplayer characters were Amy Rose, Chao Walker, Dark Chao Walker,
a fan
which
favorite.
Are 2 mech suits, Tikal, Metal Sonic, and Chaos.
Tikal?
Tikal. I think she's a girl who's best friends with the Chows or something like that.
Is it a little pink hedgehog?
That's Amy Rose, right?
No, there's like another one. There's like, or no, maybe that's Peach and Cream.
I think Tikal's an echidna.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm pretty sure this is the only game she ever appeared in, and it was in the multiplayer mode. And it's, she was probably in like Sonic Advance.
Yeah, that sounds like one of those games where a character like that would live.
I feel like Sonic Advance had like a whole bunch of there's like a whole bunch of lore in the Sonic Advance franchise, and there's just no time to go through all that.
Absolutely not. But we could in a different episode.
So the game itself culminates with Sonic and Shadow and all of the characters trying to save the world from is it chaos? Is that the name of the bad thing at the end?
It's just a fat lizard.
It's a fat lizard with a satellite spike up the wrong end, and he's about to project hatred all over the planet. But you get to fight against this lizard monster to the tune of Live and Learn, and you alternate between Shadow and Sonic, and it is maybe one of the most hype final boss battles, where it really kind of toes the line between introducing a really weird new mechanic super late in the game and being a super intense final boss battle. A perfect cap on another mini mode in the game, which they have a boss rush mode, which I think you have to complete to get emblems.
Really?
Yeah, there's a boss rush mode. I think there's a hero mode, a dark mode, and an all mode. So there's 3 different boss rushes you have to do, and you get an emblem for completing each.
I 100% believe that the final like battles, because it's like, well, not just like a final battle, it's like a multi-phase. It's amazing, and it's epic as hell. That's what I wanted to say. One of the most epic like final series of boss battles. And also I wanted to say a shout out to our friend Chris. If you ever listen to this, and even if you don't, still shout out to you, because he got all A's. He got every emblem in this game and unlocked that.
He got all 180?
He got all of them. I literally would be on the phone. This is my childhood. I would be on the phone with him while he would be screaming because he would die at a certain part in a level, or be trying to just, how hard it is just to get an A on any level, like
roaming around Crazy Gadget and just cussing out the entire level.
Yeah, like how hard that is. Like even the first level is it's really not so easy to get an A. You have to play like pretty particularly, and I remember it took him a while just to get that. He like freaked out when he got it.
I can imagine. It's so funny because you spend a lot of time talking to Chris. I spent a lot of time talking to Tyler, our other friend, about Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. We would always like hang out and do Chao stuff and everything. Speaking of,
what kind of stuff? What kind of stuff?
Let's just jump right into it. The real star of this show, the star of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, the reason that you have to keep playing levels to collect certain collectibles is for the Chao Garden. Now, Chao Garden, I think it can be summed up best as
heaven on earth. Heaven in a video game on our planet.
It is one of the first raising a child simulators on a Nintendo game that brings hope into this world. While maintaining a realistic viewpoint on things, because these chows, listen, they're little babies that hatch from eggs. You gotta feed them, you gotta give them love, but you can also give them punishment. You can jump on their heads and throw them.
Punch them.
You could punch. There's a lot of things you could do to these little chows. They're resilient little characters, but they are these little god teardrops. I'm not sure what a chow is.
Me either.
But they're these little animals. They're kind of like humanish shaped things with giant teardrop heads, and you can raise them and you can add to their stats. Each Chao has a set of stats because there's, of course, Chao competitions in the game.
Nothing comes free.
Nothing in life is free, especially not in Chao Garden. Because there are 2 modes in the Chao Garden that are super important, and they are called Chao Karate and Chao Races. In order to advance through the ranks in both of these games, you gotta buff up your Chao by giving them little gifts. And the gifts come in 2 different forms for these Chows, for the most part. You can either give them experience vials. When you're fighting some of Robotnik's bad boys, they drop little vials of
Ivan Drago steroids.
Yeah, it's literally steroids.
For a baby.
It's baby steroids, right. Or you could do the more wholesome way and you collect little baby animals.
They're like little teddy bears.
Yeah, and when you let your Chao hold on to the little animal, they get a little bit of a stat boost from them. You also get a little bit of whatchamacallit, the Chao's
change in appearance.
Yeah, the Chao's body can adapt to the features of the animal that you give them. So if you say give a seal to a Chao, there's a chance that the Chao could lose its legs and just have flippers.
So cute. A little tiger tail if you give it the tiger. Or
A little tiger tail?
Dude, the
or like dragon wings?
Dude, the dragon was the best one, dude.
The dragon was really good. I think they could like breathe fire too.
Eventually, yeah, you'd catch them just breathing a little fire, yo. That's fire.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's so much personality to it. So the Chaos come in all different colors too. There's like the classic Chao. Then there are 25, 30 different eggs, maybe even more. Colored eggs that you can hatch.
A lot of eggs.
Where these Chaos would be a specific color. Like if you get a red egg, you're going to get a red Chao. And based on the stats that you have them acquire, based on how you raise them as either a good boy or a bad boy.
Or a neutral boy or girl.
Or a neutral boy or girl. Their appearance can change, and they go through different stages of evolution. So they go from baby Chao to adult baby, because they're still babies at the end of the day.
Yeah, their adult life is literally just being a toddler.
Yeah, their adult life is literally a toddler. And if they're really happy at the end of their toddlerhood, they will reincarnate themselves as another baby. But if they had a pretty bum life, they'll die and you'll never see them again.
Yeah, they're all set. They don't want to come back.
Yeah, it's always devastating when you lose a Chao to old age.
Yeah,
just sad.
I don't know if this is a good way to continue this conversation or if I'm just switching rails entirely here, but a lot of glitches and a lot of ways to really manage that kind of stuff. Like, if you didn't want a Chao to die, you really just had to pet them, like 20 or 30 more times for them to be happier, I think. So as long as you saved your progress and it was all online at that point, you could figure out how to track, how else did. We would leave our games on. We would just leave the game
literally
on
just like leave it on overnight or something like that.
Yeah, because it took time. Like, time had to pass by. Like, I think it was, I don't know if you could just do what you do with like the Switch now and just change the date, or like on the Nintendo DS. I'm pretty sure in GameCube days you had to wait it out.
I think the game required in-game time.
Yes, that's what it was.
Like if like a random happenstance occurred and you didn't like it, you could always reset it immediately.
Exactly.
And go back and change the past, which is nice.
Then nothing ever dies.
Then nothing literally ever dies. There's also I'll call it a feature, but it's really a glitch. If you want to boost the stats of some of your Chaos, but you don't want to have it acquire the animal properties, if you stand like a certain distance away and drop the animal in front of him, it'll count as you giving him the animal, but he won't get the appearances of him, but he'll still get the stat boost from him hugging that animal, which you can do with the vials for whatever reason as well.
And normally they're just like a one-use thing, but when you do this glitch with them, you could just, as long as you keep getting the glitch right, you could just use that vial or animal endlessly.
You can use that animal or vial forever, right?
Just crazy.
Here's this dragon 100 times. Or here's this phoenix. Because there were like some like legendary animals that gave like incredible stat boosts.
The phoenix. Yeah, there were 3, right? There was the dragon, the phoenix, and there was one other really cool
There's a unicorn, I think, too.
Yeah. Oh, man, dude. Woo, what a game.
And I believe there was also a raccoon, the 4th legendary animal.
Was there?
Well, they did have raccoons. I don't know that it was legendary. But it was legendary to me.
I can't argue with that.
Oh, I think there was a sea monster.
Now you're just making stuff up.
I think there was a hedgehog.
A sea monster? Now I'm looking this up.
But not only did Chao Garden have these different Chaos, they also had a black market where you could go to the seedy underbelly of the Chao world and you could make purchases through it. Was an in-game market, but it was called the black market for whatever reason. You could literally buy Chaos. You can buy food upgrades. Certain foods would boost stats a little bit more. It was just insane. If I spent 100 hours in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, I spent 70 hours in Chao Garden. Like, even my sister got in on it. Like, my sister had her own Chaos. We actually, since you could have up to 3 different gardens to raise these Chaos in, and each Chao is basically dedicated to one garden for the most part. Like, she had Hero Garden. I had cool, edgy, dark garden.
He's so badass.
Damn! And then there was just the neutral garden, which I honestly preferred. I think that one's my favorite garden of all three.
I like that. I think I like the hero one the most. Has like a heavenly vibe to it. Talking a lot about heaven and not dying. I don't. It's just ironic today, but just a nice feel up there. It seems very peaceful in that garden, and the normal one's nice too. It just seems like it's fine, nothing wrong with that one. The dark one, there's nothing wrong with that one either. It's just a little more spooky. I don't really like that.
The water in it is red.
Red water.
It was a little dark. It was like, there were literally skeletons hanging in cages. I don't know, a little spicy.
See, but I don't want that to go overlooked. That little details in a game like this where you're talking about these, however we've described these teardrop head shaped baby adult creatures that get taken care of by giving steroids to by other characters, you still get that badassness of, even though they're supposed to be a cute little side thing, even like the dark garden has like, they didn't like pull any punches and like, oh, it's for babies. They're just like, nah, this water is red. There's a cage here. There's a skeleton heads. Like it's I don't want to say it's a scary game, but like some of the levels, like the Knuckles levels, I feel like it's just like they give you a little creepy factor to them. The game had
sure.
The game had some balls, if you will. Game had some balls.
There are some parts in the game, like especially in the desert. I feel like the desert levels, you're in this like haunted temple pyramid basically.
Yeah.
And it is just chock full of like spooky ghosts that'll like grab you out of nowhere, and they'll make like a big
those.
They'll make a loud sound effect, and you're just like, they yell spaghetti at you.
Spaghetti. Every time.
You got me.
Gets them every time.
The people who made this game really, Sega, I believe, is the company. They really paid attention to like the little details in a game like this, which you don't see as often nowadays as you used to. Not only are there like a bunch of like hidden paths in like basically every level in this game, but there's also like a ton of little Easter eggs. In the Dreamcast version of this game, there's a Big the Cat hidden in like most of the levels, and in the GameCube version it's a Dark Chao instead. They I don't know, for whatever reason Nintendo didn't want Big the Cat in the GameCube release. They were just like, you know what, I think Sega wanted to hold on to certain characters as like properties of their own, and I think that's why Big wasn't around.
That's fair. Weird character to want to keep all to yourself, but what are you gonna do?
Another thing that we didn't mention with Chao Garden, by the way, just doubling back on that one, it came out during the same era as the Game Boy Advance, and if you wanted to take your Chao on the go and play with it and raise its stats and give it food and stuff, you could, via the Game Boy Advance connector, connect your game to your Game Boy, and I don't even think you needed a cartridge. You just needed the Game Boy Advance with the connector, and you could pull in your Chao and play with them and then transfer them back. It was pretty wild.
Really? I didn't know you could do that.
Oh yeah, it felt like, if you were to like compare it to something nowadays, it felt like a mobile game type experience.
Okay, well, that's neat.
Yeah, there were a couple of like little mini games you could play on the Game Boy, and it was fun. Definitely, like if you had to leave the house, like your parents, when you're 12 years old, your parents will say some wild things like, hey, we gotta go grocery shopping. And you're like, well, that's an hour and a half that I'm not going to be able to play video games. What? You want me to interact with society? No, Mom, I'm bringing my Game Boy Advance. I got 2 new AA batteries. Come on. I'm taking Dingus the Chao with me.
You really think I'm going to leave Poop Head alone for 2 hours?
Exactly. We really got pretty degenerate with nicknaming our Chaos growing up, I think. I remember one of my Chaos that I ended up like raising and winning most of my medals with. His name was Jerkface. And I loved him so much, but like once you name him, like you got to just stick with it. So he was just Jerkface for a long time.
I don't think I ever named mine. I always tried to come up with nice I mean, for however old I was at the time, they weren't, masterpiece names or nothing, but they were cute, like Buzz and Gray.
The game, I believe, let you there was like a random shuffle on some of the names.
Mm-hmm.
Where you could take like an in-game suggestion, or you could absolutely not.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't want. If I want to, I'll go buy a baby book if I want suggestions for that. Also, I don't want a triple back here, but I gotta tip my hat to you real quick. There's no sea monster animal, but in the ghost section of the animals, there is a half fish, and it looks a lot like a sea monster.
I think it's the half fish I was thinking of. It does look like a sea monster. What's the other half? Human?
It's like a fish, but it's standing on two legs.
I feel like it looks like Swamp Thing.
Yeah, they're all very adorable though. They're all very.
Oh yeah, they're all super cute.
This whole list, I have the whole list in front of me, and they're all so darn adorable. All of them.
Like how did Sega not capitalize on the Chao pets? Listen, I know that they have Chao plushes, but imagine if they'd made plushes of the animals in Sonic Adventure 2.
Stop, bro.
Because
kidding?
I would buy some of these plushes day one.
Day one.
Like, give me that dragon plush. Give me that raccoon plush. Give me the baby seal plush right now.
Dude, boar and tiger. Let me. How much time do you have? Can I read off this list of all the animals real quick?
Rip through it.
Otter, penguin, seal, condor, parrot, peacock, cheetah, boar, rabbit, bear, gorilla, tiger, raccoon, sheep, skunk, dragon, phoenix, unicorn, bat, half-fish, skeleton dog, all of them. The cutest little chibi forms of whatever they are. I can't believe how cute some of these are. Where are the plushies at, Sega? What's up? I don't want a dark Chao at Target for $25. I want a skeleton dog. I want a gorilla.
Oh my god. And it's like a little purple gorilla.
The bear's purple. The gorilla is...
the bear is purple.
Purple bear. A purple bear.
That's adorable. Come on, Sega. It's not too late.
It's not too late. Here are play Mewtwo's and Smash 1 for 1. Now we're asking for a stretch here. We're talking 20 years after a game's, re-release. So
literally, Banjo-Kazooie merch, officially licensed Banjo-Kazooie merch, is still coming out to this day.
Yeah, all right. So we got a chance. Is that what you're saying? We got a chance?
That's what I'm saying. Listen, so there's a new Sonic the Hedgehog game that was announced maybe, 3 to 6 months ago. There was like a little Sega Direct.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw it or are familiar with it. They just teased that a new Sonic game is in development.
Did they? Oh, I didn't know that. Not Sonic Colors for the Switch?
No. This is it still hasn't been revealed what it is.
Really?
How good would it be if it was Sonic Adventure 3 with Chao Garden 2?
Dude, come on. Come on now.
Hey Sega, listen, Chao Garden, just come out with a Chao Garden game, guys. It's that easy.
Just call it Chao Garden. Sega... Da, 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 da. Chao Garden. There you go. That's yours.
Yeah, take it. Free. Run with it. Just give us the Chao Garden. That's all.
We just gave you that idea, and we'll pay you money to get that back.
Yeah, we'll buy that back from you in the form of a $70 game purchase.
60. I can't be spending $70 on games.
If you're planning on getting any of these next gen, current gen, PlayStation 5 future titles, that's 70 smackaroni and cheeses right there.
Oh, that's a lot of. Remember when they were 50? Remember when N64 games $50? That was it. They were $50, and
now a lot of them are still $50.
Preach.
It's even worse for GameCube games, I feel.
Oh yeah, don't. We're having a nice talk. All right. We're talking about the cute critters. We're having a nice peaceful protest, if you will, to the nice, wonderful people at Sega. Just asking for, just different recreation of a beautiful part of our childhoods. I mean, that's really all we're asking for. And we don't need to be talking about these prices of these games that I used to have. Anyway.
Fair enough. Guys, help me. Help. I mean, help me talk about more Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, please.
Oh, yeah, I could do that. I thought you were saying something else.
Yeah, no. I would never, ever.
You're saying that like you would. Why are you saying that funny?
No, you know how I was like choking on water before we were recording? I think a little came up and it was just like reminding me that I was choking a little. So it was like, there's just like a lot going on. There was a dog barking.
If I listen to this episode, will I hear the dog barking in the background?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, well, last week it was Pokemon Unite. Next week it's going to be if I hear the dog barking and how hard I can call you out for that. You're not getting out of this. Lying about a lie only will dig you deeper, my friend. You can fess up right now. It's not too late.
No, there was a dog barking. When you listen to the episode, when it goes up, you're going to hear it.
You were right about the half-fish sea creature, so maybe, I don't know, guys, leave a comment in the comment section below. Is this guy a goddamn liar or what? I'm just kidding. What are we talking about?
I don't know. Do you have any other thoughts on this incredible adventure from Sonic the Hedgehog and Gang, where you get to play as the Blue Blur and 5 other characters, and then also raise baby Tamagotchis and have them literally fight each other, Michael Vick style, or have them race, Michael Vick style?
Wow. Oh, wow. The last thing I want to say about this game, well, 2 things. One is that the fact that the game, I don't know if this is valid or not, but something about this is really cool to me. The game had glitches that weren't just like give your Chao infinite something and like get all the stat boosts or whatever, but you can like get yourself out of the Chao Garden and just like explore the outer realm, like where you're not supposed to go.
Like you could break the boundaries.
Yeah, and I always loved that in a game where it wasn't intentional, but people just like kind of easily, like almost too easily figured out, hey, this game is kind of, you could just, glitches are like fine, like certain glitches, but like the fact that I always found it cool, like in Halo 2, that's what I keep thinking of, when you could like super jump and just get to parts of the game where you're really not supposed to go, but you're really exploring this like universe in a much deeper way, and I think that brings like more of a connection with the game. So the fact that you can just see like what the outer like edges of this game's like universe really are, I don't know, something about that is very cool to me, and for that, you know, that's just a bonus on top of all the amazing things that this game is already, that I've already said about it.
I feel like there was a glitch in the game where, I don't know if it was you necessarily breaking the boundaries, but you were able to break the camera and you were able to like zoom way out for no reason.
I forgot about that.
The camera would get like stuck in a way where you could like rotate the level and you could like zoom way out of the garden. You could see like the whole garden in like a single view, which was pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
This was like that weird era where it was like it was kind of like the last of the Wild West of like 3D games that didn't get patch updates over time.
Yeah.
After the GameCube era, really, like a lot of games like PS3 and onward, maybe not even the Wii, but like the Wii U for sure, and onward. Before then, you got a game and you got what you got, jank and all, for better or for worse. I mean, look at Sonic 06. That's the bad end of it. Let's be real. Sonic Adventure 2, when it comes to the platforming and everything, it's not a perfect game.
No.
I definitely remember having periods of time, and I'm sure our friend Chris can attest to this, where you're going along doing your thing, and then the game decides that you're done playing that level, and you die.
A lot of that.
Like, you're running around, and you're like, oh, that's an enemy. Sonic has a homing attack. Let me use Sonic's homing attack.
You're dead.
Except the homing absolutely does not target the enemy you're going towards, and you just zoop right off the other side of the level, and there you go. Bye, Sonic. And it was actually like really funny in the late levels during like the last third of the first campaign. You're in outer space, and whenever you fall down towards Earth, your character catches on fire, as it enters the atmosphere. So like when you died, you just like saw your character just like light up, which is a really weird thing to add to the game, but it just like it was so funny.
Not in like a detailed like but just like oh look, it's a comet, like now it's on fire.
Yeah, like your character just turns into a fireball, and it's just like why? And you could weirdly still control the fireball for like 3 or 4 seconds before the game reloaded.
If you're like you win a point or whatever in tennis, Mario Tennis Run 64, and you could still like run around with Mario for a little bit. It's like they didn't have to let us do that, but they did. They gave us that extra control.
Talk about nice touches.
Why in Mario Kart 64, after I finish the race, I can't activate my shells and have them come out, but if they're already hovering around me, I could shoot those. I could shoot those out. They didn't have to do that, but they did.
That's for the people.
I am a fireball.
And so are the games of our lives. Any final thoughts on this absolute masterpiece of a game?
I don't even know if I want to say it or not. It's more of like just a braggy thing that's kind of implied because of how many hours we both said that we've put into this game. But, the Chao Garden does have some like ultimate Chao in it, and like some final form really cool Chao. And, I'd be lying if I said that I didn't get all of them. And there's like an ultimate hero Chao and an ultimate dark and an ultimate neutral Chao, and also getting like not just their stats up, but their stats have ranks, and if you get like an all S rank Chao, that's like hard to do. It takes like hours and hours and a lot, but I don't know if you got all that, but I definitely put all the time in to get all that.
So I had one S ranked. It ended up being a hero Chaos Chao.
Whoa.
I know Tyler, our friend, got all S rank for a hero, a dark, and a neutral Chaos Chao.
Wow.
Tyler was deep in the cut here.
Dude, that's so crazy that we didn't really talk back then like that much, but like Chris and I had the same experience.
Living parallel lives.
Yeah, and then we just end up all being like best friends. Wow. Friendship!
Let's hear it for friendship, guys. Tip of the hat to friendship.
Tip of the hat for friendship. I said it first.
Oh, okay, yeah. My bad. Just a heads up. If you do have Steam, you can pick up a copy of Sonic Adventure 2 right now. Just guess the price.
How much is it worth, or how much are these Steam cleaners getting rid of it for?
Either one. Just guess the price.
They're probably selling it for like $10 or $15.
It is currently on sale for $1.49.
Dude, what? That is a damn steal.
That's a steal, a deal. You might be legally getting away with murder if you purchase Sonic Adventure 2 on Steam right now.
$1.49?
$1.49. It's a weekend deal until August 4th. Or until August 5th, rather.
How are they? Wow. You know me. I'm a good deal kind of guy. I'm always looking for a good deal. Now I was going to say instantly, don't buy it on Steam. That's dumb. Have a GameCube. Have the game physically. Enjoy it that way. But $1.50, buy it on Steam. That's
dang, $1.50. Like, I'm about to download it now just to have it on Steam, even though I am currently holding my GameCube copy in my left hand.
Dude, a medium fry at McDonald's is like $3.99. That is absolute sin if you put that into like a side-by-side comparison.
Right, like a medium fry only gives you about 12 minutes of happiness max. Sonic Adventure 2.
Hours.
Listen, you'll be feeling full afterwards. I think that might be all we have to say about Sonic Adventure 2 for now.
That's all? We just talked about it for an hour.
We can go on a level by level breakdown if you want that.
I was only kidding, boss. I think we talked about it for an ample amount of time.
I think what we should do is, first of all, give a tip of the hat to Steam for putting this game out for $1.49.
Yeah, tip of the hat to whoever let that happen.
I got another tip of the hat, by the way, and this is to Bandai Namco more so than Nintendo, but tip of the hat to Bandai Namco for hooking us up with that free DLC update for new Pokemon Snap. I think that's incredible.
Couldn't agree more. Shout out to them for making that happen. That's a nice thing to do for your fans. The truth is, I'm looking at my notes. They're right in front of me on my screen, and it says, tip of the hat, Bill. I was gonna give you a tip of the hat, but ever since that dog barking thing, I'm not even gonna tell you why I was gonna give you a tip of the hat, but ever since that dog barking kerfuffle that we had, a little brouhaha, if you will. I gotta wait until next week, I think, to officially tip my hat to you for whatever it is I was gonna tip it to you for, that I also may be having a little trouble remembering for some reason. You don't really do that much, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. No, I'm just kidding, man. You're a good guy, and you're very appreciative of the good stuff. So it was something like that.
Thanks, man. Tip of the hat to you, too. Wag of the finger, though. We got some big finger wagons.
Mm-hmm. As usual.
This tip of the hat, wag of the finger segment is really just an excuse for us to wag our fingers. The tipping of the hat is usually just baked into whatever we're talking about for the first 3/4 of the episode. And then we just absolutely dump on whatever we want. And
gotta
this
be
week,
able to call yourself out. Appreciate
this
that.
week we got a layup in the news here. We got a layup. Wag of... This is gonna be like a triple wag, like a wag of your hand, a shake of the fist,
a punch in the head,
a punch in the head to Activision Blizzard for just running a freaking carnival over there, just being one of the worst companies a person could work for. As you know, they're in the news. They have a lot of claims of sexism and running a boys club over at Activision Blizzard. Boo this man. Boo this company.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I want to keep it podcast friendly, and I don't want to say, what goes through my head, but the nice version of it is like, come on. What's wrong with these people? You know what I mean? Like, we're living in 2021 and the world is just like filled with donkeys still. You know what I mean? Just like crazy, stupid actions happening and people being selfish and just not the way you want to see human evolution going. Just committing a lot of just bad juju and bad vibes constantly, and it's just awful. I mean, a wag of the finger is just putting it unbelievably lightly for what they deserve to be doing stuff like that. That's just like apprehensible. Just like, don't do that stuff. That's crazy.
I know they're going to be facing a whole bunch of fines. A lot of people are already boycotting a lot of their products.
Good.
Which is good, right? Like they deserve that, and like what they get won't be enough when it comes to punishment.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be facing lawsuits. They're going to be hemorrhaging money, and you know what? Frankly. Good, yeah. And I'll tell you the truth, too. I don't really know all the details of anything. I never like to just throw things under the bus just because everyone else is talking about it. So if they really did do it, and I'm not saying that, until you're found guilty in a court of law, it's just like, and even sometimes, you know what I mean? Who knows if that's 100% right all the time. Right. But, if they did do it, that's awful. I hope that didn't happen, but if it's really this breaking and it really seems like they're gonna be found guilty, if it is true, then that's really terrible. Just really, really scummy.
Yeah, just one of the worst things you could do.
It's got another wag of the finger. This one's a little bit lighter. We're going to make this one a little bit lighter because you can't top that one. They announced Dr. Mario World, the mobile game, is going to be terminated starting November 1st. It's kind of a bummer.
Dr. Mario World?
It is the Nintendo mobile game where you get to play as Dr. Mario characters, famously introducing a character called Dr. Goomba Stack, which is 3 Goombas in a white coat and a stethoscope, and I'm here for that.
Yeah, are you making all this up? Is this a trick?
No, this one's real.
Is this an end of the episode trick?
No, there are more fun characters in Dr. Mario World than there are in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Alright, that is absolutely a lie. You lost me with that. I don't even know what Dr. Mario World is. I don't care about these. I say this with a big dunce cap on as a Pokemon Go fan. But the rest of these mobile games gotta chill. Dr. Mario World? What are you talking about right now? Goombas in a lab coat?
I mean, not for nothing, but how hype would it be to if you were playing Mario Kart and they're like, one of the racers is 3 Goombas in a lab coat.
All right, I can't disagree with that. I clearly can't disagree with that, but I would still pick Yoshi. That's all.
That's
I'm saying.
fair. I don't know. I'd main Goomba stack for a minute.
I'd try it out. Yeah,
I mean, like it's hilarious. How could you not? So what have your stories in gaming in the world been like lately? Have you had any fun video game experiences in the last week or two?
Yeah.
What do you got?
I went looking for video games. I got really good deals on a bunch of good games.
The end?
No, I'm just getting started. We got another hour of this story.
Ooh, let's hear it.
All right, let me for all the fine peoples at home. If you didn't know about me, I like going video game hunting, and basically I go to different game stores and look to buy video games for the best deal I could get them for. That's what I love, getting a good deal on stuff, and I love collecting games and bringing those two together to build a collection of memories, and just going on trips with friends and going to stores and looking for a little gem or whatever. It's always fun to me. And last week at 2 stores that I went to, I just crushed it with good deals on games. Yeah, if I say too much, you guys are going to start doing it yourselves. So now I don't know if I want to say.
What if you had to pick like one game that you were most hyped about finding? What game would you say is the one that really had you most excited?
I found a sealed copy of Phantom Brave for PSP for $20.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, it's not really. I tried it for the Wii one time, and it's not the kind of game that I enjoy at all. But I love the art, and I love the. Yeah, sometimes I'm more into collecting them than I am playing. With a lot of games, I stick to the games that I really, really like, and even then I have a hard time playing them. Old games that I want to play, new games that come out that I only play a little bit of, and games that have been sitting on my shelf that I said I've wanted to replay forever. This is one of those games that is actually none of those. I tried it out. I didn't like it that much. I'm probably never going to play this again. But I know that it's somewhat rare, and to find anything sealed, and that's only like the tip of the iceberg of like stuff that I found for good deals. That's like definitely not the best deal that I found, but that's still like, it's worth, like, sealed is worth probably like $60-$70. So to get it for $20, that's, to me, it's a pretty damn good deal. Know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm picking up what you're putting down, Charlie Brown.
You know that's not my name. You know we've been doing this for 4 episodes now, and you still, that's not my name.
Wait. Oh, let me look at the show notes here.
Say my name.
Tonal.
You goddamn right. Well, close enough.
I know you've been video game hunting. Have you done any video game playing this week?
Nah. No, I've been trying to, I'm so bad at this, but I want to break my habits. My habit is play Pokemon Go battling, get annoyed by it, either because I'm bad at it or because I'm doing good and then something weird happens, like lag or just the game crashes, something, you know what I mean? Like, it's just very frustrating, and just playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Online, and I've been enjoying it. Those in Pokemon Showdown, these are all things that I know I like the most, but I've been telling myself, dude, you gotta just take a break, and you gotta play Double Dash again, Mario Kart Double Dash, because I only played it a little. Right? Like, I only played it a little bit. I haven't played it in so long, it's like a new game to me, but I know how much everyone likes it, so I'm like, it's going to be incredible. That, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, these are games that I just can't get myself to sit down and play, even though they are, like, the number 1 and 2 games on my list of, like, what I want to play. I just can't break my comfort zone, no matter what. If I have a free day, I can't do it. I end up going back to those 3 original games. I'm an idiot, dude. Help me. Please help me, dude.
I will motivate you. Don't you worry. I will get you motivated, because this is what I've been playing this week.
Talk to me.
I finished playing Skyward Sword. I beat the story. I ended up 100%ing the game.
Oh, okay.
Again, would highly recommend. If you haven't played it on the Wii, or if you did play it on the Wii and you hated it because of the controls, you can play button-only mode, and it is just a huge improvement from the original, and they did a great job with this remake. So Skyward Sword HD, definitely worth playing. I've been playing Pokemon Black 2 a lot lately. Wow. And I've been doing a Nuzlocke run of that. And for those who are unfamiliar, a Nuzlocke run in Pokemon is basically when a Pokemon faints, it is dead forever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a self-inflicted like challenge mode.
Wow.
And Pokemon Black 2, I'll be real with you, not the easiest Pokemon game of all the main games.
It's a real game.
So that's been fun. I've been playing that on my Twitch channel. That's twitch.tv/buildafajita.
What is it?
And then it's twitch.tv/buildafajita.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I usually stream 1 or 2 nights a week around 5 p.m. Pacific. The other game that I just started, I just bought it because I've been such a huge fan of the franchise for the longest time, is the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
Ooh, okay.
Which is a prequel to the Ace Attorney franchise. It's 2 games that came out in Japan only in like 2015 or 2017, and there was so much like pounding the table for an English translation, so that they eventually brought one out, and it just came out like last week, and I finished the first trial, and it feels just like an Ace Attorney game. The humor is there, the character design is just hilarious as ever, and I can't wait to dive more into it. Those are the games that I've been playing this week.
So basically, it sounds like you and I didn't really play that much this week.
Yeah, we barely touched a game. And then,
yeah, no big deal. Maybe next week you'll have something to talk about.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we've been going downhill since we started with the game playing and the talking, and just this whole thing, actually.
A nightmare from start to finish. Any recommendations for the week?
Yeah, I got one. This is a little out of left field, but my recommendation would be to sit down. No, well, not in this order, but you'll get the gist. Grab a glass of water, maybe have yourself a little smoke beforehand, and just listen to a song. Listen to your favorite song, or just like 10 of them. Just sit down, lay back, close your eyes, and just enjoy a little moment to yourself. You don't even have to listen to anything. Just breathe a little bit, and just appreciate the fact that it could be way worse. That we're, just able-bodied individuals with, no constant pain, for us that don't have that, and just, I don't know. We have a lot of good in our lives, and the fact that we could just sit here and talk about games and enjoy all these amazing memories with all these games, it's been, I look forward to it every week, and I'm very happy that, this life has been filled with all that. And sometimes we just need to appreciate that and take a step back from all the, work and world and everyday life, garbage that starts to surround us a little bit. So, yeah, that's my right. Little bit of hippie-ish left field,
No, I like that. Take it a day at a time. Appreciate what you have, because we're all just going through it,
Yeah, it definitely could be worse. I think, even if I lose a game in Pokemon Unite, yeah, it's pretty much the end of the world. Even though I've only played it for like an hour, but no, I'm just kidding.
Well, I don't have as deep a recommendation as you did. Mine was much more specific video game focused. But I tried out this game this week, and it's like a $5 game on Steam. It's multiplayer. It's called Pico Park, and it's a short game. You could probably run through it with up to 8 friends in about, I'd say, like 2 to 3 hours. But you play as these little stackable cat characters, and you go through these like little 2D platforming puzzle scenarios. And if you got a few friends and you each got like $5 burning a hole in your pocket, and you want to have 2 to 4 hours of just puzzle solving good times with a little platforming in there, check out Pico Park. It's a good time. I would also recommend, by the way, this one tweet we got on Twitter. We posted our episode on Twitter. You can follow us, by the way, on Twitter at GamesOfOurPod. And I have to read out this viewer quote tweet because it got me and Tony to a point where we were just like both crying laughing.
Yeah, shout out to what's their name?
But shout out to at Cuckoo Cookie 2, who quote tweets and says, and this is word for word, and it's poetry. Quote, "Listen to it, bitch. My son is there, and follow him, or else I fuck you up." I mean, more beautiful words may have never been spoken.
I don't think so. I really don't think so. Wow.
Like, you gotta love it.
Shout out to Cuckoo Cookie 2, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for all that. We appreciate that. And yeah, God bless.
And I think that's going to be the end of the episode, guys. So thank you so much, as always, for listening. We appreciate your patience with the latest episode. That's on me. A little delay on my part, but we still are planning on doing this as weekly as possible. If you want to follow us on social media, you can follow Tony at the Polka Rapper on Instagram. You can follow me at Bill the Fajita on most socials, but I'm on Twitter and Twitch most often. That's really about it for this week. Thank you so much. Tony, any parting words?
Nah.
See you guys next week.